It's the Meatlock boys. You see the text, and happy that April is finally behind us, Meat, because we're ready to get back on track with these May Meat Boy MMA Meatlocks, and who better to do it with than the homie Drew Dober, the ultimate Giga Chad, coming into this one against Matt Steamroller Frevola, who is a guy, no doubt, we have a lot of respect for. We know he trains with some tough guys. He's out there working with Aljo, out there working with Marab, and has strung together two nice straight victories and both finishes too. Most recently against Otman Azaitar, aka Boil him, mash him, stick him in a stew, and then he took out Gennaro Valdez before that as well. And it was two good finishes for Frevola, who historically was more of a decision machine, but recently has kind of fallen in love with the hands and has been looking pretty nice. So credit to Frevola where due, but he's going up against Drew Dober in this one, and Dober seemingly is just peaking, right? I mean, it's back-to-back fight of the night and or performance of the night finishes for him. The first against Rafael Alves, where he was just cracking him with some gnarly body shots and made Rafael Alves quit in that third round. And then most recently, and I think most impressively, that finish he got in the second round in a fight of the night over Bobby King Green. And Bobby Green is a guy who is pretty difficult to finish, right? And he came in there, his hands were down, and Drew Dober, the ultimate Chad, absolutely just cracked him with something so heavy, and Bobby Green never was able to recover from it. So in this one, Meat, if Frevola is falling in love with the hands and is thinking that he is this new KO machine, do you think that that spills extra trouble for him against Drew Dober, who is a guy who is not afraid to come and stand and bang? Or do you anticipate Frevola going back to the wrestling well and trying to win the fight there? And if so, maybe even Dober dominates there. What do you love about Drew Dober? Why is he the meat lock for this week? And how does he get us back on track?
Yeah, Dober has absolute coconut bombs in those fists, as we saw when he fought Bobby Green. Like, no one does that to Bobby Green, how Drew Dober did it. And I see the same thing for Vola. He's going to get hit, get scared, go for a takedown, and Dober's going to finish him top ground and pound TKO, easy work. Frevola is not Marab. He is not one of these, Islam type people. Dober's going to absolutely steamroll the Frevola.
Yeah, see it the same way, right? Like, there's only one way for Frevola to go, and that is to get steamrolled by Drew Dober. And if we look at Tapology, 91% is rolling with Drew, and a lot of it, I mean, maybe 88.6% of it is Brown for that KO. So are you at all surprised that all of the Dober backers, or at least a very strong majority, are rolling with that KO? And do you think, too, that he's going to get the KO? Or is there any world where this perhaps goes 15 and Drew maybe has to dig a little bit deeper than some might expect and get a decision? You going decision or finish for this meatlock for Drew?
I'm going for a finish early and often, but also, it wouldn't surprise me. Steamroll's just tough, man, so, it wouldn't surprise me if it goes a distance, but I think Dober is going to dominate from start to finish.
Yeah, I feel that as well. I think it's going to be start to finish for Drew. Whether that lasts 2 minutes, whether it lasts 7 seconds like the fight with Frevola and Terrence McKinney went, or whether it goes all 15, this should be a great opportunity for Dober to capitalize on. And it makes sense that this is the prelim headliner. I mean, you always stick Drew Dober in a prelim headlining spot. In fact, we saw him live against Brad Riddell in a similar spot, right? It was the prelim headliner, and those two dudes came to absolutely bang. So I have a feeling that Frevola is going to be feeling the prelim headlining energy and is going to go out there having just got those two beautiful KO finishes, and he's going to be ready to stand and bang, meet in the middle Max Holloway, Ricardo Lama style, and Dober's going to flatline him early as a result. So I'm with all the Tapology backers that like that Brown KO finish for Dober. I think he continues his KO streak and Frevola discontinues his. Overall, Meat, this will get us our 73rd meat log. We're throwing 225, gonna net us a quick, easy 100. Just kind of get us back on track, right? We considered YOLOing it and going for the heavy Dober, but we're gonna keep it cool, inch our way back to safety, get us back in the green where we belong pretty soon. But for this one, Meat, I think it's a safe, easy hundo doink for Dober to get this one done, and we'd like him to get it by finish. So any last thoughts on this meat log?
No, this is an absolute great meat, like a great fight. Throw in the comments, are you riding with the Meat Boys? Are you fading this? Throw in the comments below. Make sure to smash me, subscribe, check out the other videos.